Hi guys, welcome back. We are down on the floor today and using our favorite piece of equipment that we love to hate, the Pilates ball. So Pilates ball is going to help out a little bit on this one as we target the corner booty and obliques to give a beautiful waist shape. So if you guys are ready for this one, grab your ball, roll out your mat, and let's go. Hi guys, before we crack on into this one, just the same pieces of information as always. First of all, welcome if you are new around here. My name is Sarah and I do mostly bar and Pilates style workouts. Sometimes there's a little bit of cardio mixed in with that. Sometimes we do something a little bit slower and stretchier. So if that's stuff that you like to see, please do hit that subscribe button to come back twice per week, going strong all the way up into summer. And then the other things, if you do not, please do give me a follow over on Instagram. It's just at F2D Fitness. I will have that here on screen as well as down below. And I post lots of different things over there. So obviously there's lots of fitness content as well as nutrition and a lot of things related to women's hormones. So if that's something that interests you, give that a follow. And then finally, you'll find down below the link and you'll also find it over on Instagram if you want to go from there. You'll find the link to my shop where you can purchase my 28-day workout program, the Hustle and Flow Guide, and that is a cycle syncing program for women. You get all of your workouts for the month from that. Most of them are around the 30 to 40 minute mark, so perfect if you don't have a ton of time to work out in the day. There are also rest days written into that as well. And yeah, that's there. You can buy it from anywhere in the world. Once you have that, it's yours forever. So you can do it as much as you want to. All right, we're going to get started on this one though. So quickly before we really get into it, let's just give everything a nice kind of dynamic stretch. So I want you to come into a modified plank position here on the knees. Notice that knees are still back behind the line of the hips, shoulders over wrists. You're gonna step right foot to the outside of right hand, push hips down, and we'll take a little twist here. So just to find that mobility in the spine, finding that twist, and then step back and we'll switch sides. So left foot comes forward, same thing, reach, really think of rotating the navel over that hip bone, bring it down, step back. Let's just do a couple more here. I've got cat chaos this morning, so if you hear them, you probably heard Luna sneezing just a minute ago. And then Leo's up here, there he goes. Hi, buddy. Cat chaos. And then step it back there. Bring the knees in a little bit closer toward you. We'll just take a cat-cow here. So inhale, hollow, really lifting the chest through. Exhale, round, tuck in, navel to spine, pushing the floor away from you. Oh, it's chaos. Luna's sneezing again. Bless you. Leo's making his little Leo noises that he makes. Surprisingly, I don't know where Layla's gone, but she's been pure chaos. Last one here. And then just sit back on the heels here. We'll just take a couple of little side reaches to stretch out the obliques. So touch one hand to floor. Opposite arm is just gonna reach up and over. Really find the length on that side. So you don't wanna just collapse over. Think kind of up and over. So you're feeling the length in the side. And then go ahead and switch sides. These always feel really good, especially first thing in the morning, but I mean any time of day. But I'm doing this first thing in the morning. Let's do one more to either side. And that side stretch feels real nice. And then one more here. And that is that. All right, we're gonna get into it with our friend, the Pilates ball. So, set up here. You're gonna come to hands and knees. Let's take ball behind the left knee. Give it a nice tight squeeze there. So you gotta squeeze heel into butt. And then we're gonna drop the right elbow. So right elbow comes down, that's in line with the left hand. We're gonna open up the left knee. The knees are not friends. They're never gonna come close together. So we keep the turn out there. It's gonna be a lift here. Knee and ankle on the same level. So watch that it doesn't turn like this. That's not the one. We've gotta keep that turn out. So it's a big squeeze of that bottom glute. It's a lot of corner glute and oblique work, but that's the theme. We're gonna do 1 full minute there, starting in 3, 2, 1. So it's just a lift, squeezing the corners, touch back down. And just a little note here, there shouldn't really be any weight in that left hand. It's there for the balance, to support you in that sense, but you could, in theory, just pick up that left hand and do this entire thing with a whole lot of core stability on that right side, yeah? So if you're putting too much weight into left, chances are the foot is going ahead of the knee there, and we've lost the turnout and we're going more in parallel. But that's not the theme today. We're not doing parallel today. So keep that turnout, keep neck long in line with the spine. Navel, of course, pulling into spine as well. A minute isn't too bad for these, but I mean, a minute is just the starting point of the series. So one more here, we're gonna keep the next one lifted, flex that foot, and you're gonna squeeze on the ball. As you do that, as much as possible, I want you to think of rotating that kneecap up toward the ceiling. So see if you can kind of drop the foot. Chances are it's just gonna make it even, but if we don't do it, we're probably gonna end up here with the foot higher than the knee. So we're gonna do it as a little bit of a hyper correction. Keep squeezing navel in, pushing weight onto that right side. Last few seconds here, it's only a 30-second set, and then keep it up, and we're gonna do little tiny lifts up. So little lift, squeezing both glutes, think of squeezing glutes together. And we're back to a full minute with this one. Oh, hi! Here's Luna. Luna says hello. Hi, chicken. Good talk. Yep, they're all kind of on the prowl right now. They're all kind of on the prowl. Yeah, this is probably not very interesting unless you have cats and find this kind of thing interesting. But our Zoo Plus order, which is where we order all of their stuff, including their usual kibble, which is grain-free, it's just meat, which is really what cats should be eating. So our Zoo Plus order, this happens sometimes, there was an issue, they packed it poorly, it didn't arrive, it was en route damaged. Keep it up, we're back to those squeezes second round. So it didn't even reach our door. We got a message that was package was damaged, it's been returned to Zoo Plus. So they've run out of kibble. So as an emergency, I had to just go pick up some kibble from the supermarket, which has grain in it, and they're not used to eating grain because they don't eat any grains, and it's made them all insane. So it's crazy, especially Layla, her personality has changed. All right, last one there. Go ahead and release. So yeah, no to the grains, but I mean, until we get the replacement from Zoo Plus, that's what it's gonna be. So this ball now is gonna come underneath the left hand, which is just gonna force you even more to remove the weight from it. We're gonna keep this leg up, and we're just gonna do a straight extension. Really finding that turnout every time you extend. 1 minute here in 3, 2, 1. So leg is lifted. Keep that knee turned out to the side / slightly upward. Stay out of that bottom shoulder. Keep squeezing glutes tight. You got this. But yeah, I don't advise grains for the felines of your life, because yeah, it's so weird, because it's changed Layla's personality. She's really grumpy, but on edge, and constantly needing a fix of her grain kibble. So yeah, and she's eating a spectacular amount of it. She's an addict. It's not good. It's not good. So Zoo Plus, get on it. Send us our good grain-free food that we need. But yeah, Zoo Plus is basically just the European mega vendor of pet supplies, I would say. Keep this last one long, and you're gonna do a straight pulse here. This is the last thing in this position. So the last thing I'm gonna make you do, keep pushing bottom hip forward, top hip pulling back. Again, we don't wanna end up in parallel because it's not gonna be the same thing. And that's when it's gonna be really collapsing into that bottom side, into that right side. So we don't wanna do that because we're working it. Last few seconds here, keep that knee locked straight. It is a straight leg here. Here's 3, 2, 1. Woo! Release. All right, feeling juicy after that. Ball can just go off to the side there for a second. You're gonna come up to the right palm. You can roll over here so you're kind of just like on the bottom glute, which will be your right glute. Right leg is going to extend long here. Left foot is just gonna plant a little bit behind the right knee. So we're gonna do kind of a variation of a side plank here. I'm gonna show you one. You can bring this top hand if you wanna like rest on that leg, that's fine, or wherever. It's just gonna be a lift like that. So we're supported by the left glute here, but we're fully lifting, releasing down. So find the spot with that left foot where the heel stays down as you lift. We're just gonna go for 10 of these, staying out of that bottom shoulder. Here we go. So exhale, lift, big squeeze of both glutes. Inhale, slow release. Exhale, lift, inhale, release. Nice and slow and steady. So as always, with our strength exercises, we do not want to rush anything. Few more here. The only cat who's like really not going that crazy is Leo, because he's not that into kibble. He mostly just eats the wet food, and they've still got like plenty of stock of their good wet food. Oh my goodness. I'm wondering if this is related to like Luna's sneezing, because she's super sneezy now too. I'm wondering if that's from the grains. All right, stay up here. Top arm is gonna reach up. We're gonna lift off this bottom leg, touch, release. That's it, 10 of these. So touch, release, keep hips high, touch, release. Woo! Bit of a challenge. Few more here, but should be feeling the abs nicely. Here's 2, 1, and release. All right, final thing here. We're gonna put those two things together. So you're gonna lift, touch, release. Final 10 of these. You can give that wrist a little roll out. To be fair, we haven't been on that wrist that much. It's just been for this one. Okay, so here we go. 10 of these. We lift, we tap, whoop, we lower, keeping as controlled as possible. So lift, tap, lower. I guess it's more the calf you're tapping. And I've got long arms as well. And that's about where my reach takes me. Now that I've said I have long arms, you're probably everyone's gonna notice it. I do have long arms. To be fair, I didn't notice it until somebody told me. And I was like, yes, I do. I do have long arms. 4 more here. Though I did wonder why sleeves were always a little bit too short on me. I was like, why are they making these sleeves so weirdly short? How annoying. 1 more here. And release. Whew. All right, that's that side done. We're gonna grab the ball again. We're gonna start that all over again on the other side. So no surprises over here. Starting from hands and knees, ball comes, boom, behind the right knee. Give it a nice tight squeeze there. Drop to the left elbow. So left elbow, right palm, but remember most of the weight in that left side. We open out, full lift, hand 3, 2, 1. So just double check here. As you lift, knee and ankle stay on the same level. I mean, it would be nice if you had a mirror in front of you here. I don't know, maybe you do. I feel like probably not. Oh, Luna. Yeah, I don't know how much you hear Luna in the background, but I'm wondering if this is from the grain food. Don't feed your animals grains. PSA. But it was a case where we're like, well, probably any food is better than no food. And that was what we could get at the last second. So you can double check here that you can pick up your right hand. It is a doozy for balance, but yeah, you could do this whole series. If you're really pushing yourself, if you really want a challenge, you could do that whole thing just on that left elbow. Keep the next one lifted. We're gonna flex the foot, squeeze in on that ball. So angling kneecap slightly up toward the ceiling. Yeah, my apologies for Luna. She's super, super sneezy right now. It's gotta be this food, because she wasn't that sneezy. I don't know. Luna does get like some kind of allergies sometimes. More so I would say in September, which would be like ragweed. Right now it's tree pollen. Last one here, keep it tight, little tiny lifts there. But she hasn't been too bad, so I'm questioning whether it's the grains, which do kind of act as a histamine. Fun fact. The worst thing you can do, here's a little fact for you to file away. Worst thing you can do if you get hay fever or like any kind of allergies is drink beer. Don't do it. Do not. No. It is the worst thing you can do because it has a histamine effect. And if you're already like feeling allergic, it'll just send you right over the edge. It'll turn you into a hot mess. So I do not advise that. Any kind of alcohol is not great if you have allergies, but beer is the worst. And I include like non-alcoholic beer in there as well, because it's actually like the beer itself. It's not even the alcohol. Last one here, keep it up, and we do another round of those squeezes. Try to open it up. So again, if you're sinking there and the kneecaps starting to turn down toward the floor, it probably will just kind of happen naturally without you even noticing. Push more onto that left side. Find that turnout again. Keep squeezing, pulling navel in tight to spine. We're nearly there with this one, and then we've just got that leg extension and pulse. All right, go ahead, woo, and release. We're gonna take the ball out. Ball now goes under the right hand, legs coming straight back up, and we're going for that extension in 3, 2, 1. Alrighty. If we must, so I always do like the extensions because I find it a nice way to really work on the turnout. Stay lifted out of that bottom shoulder. So yeah, we get a little bit less stability there under that right hand with that ball there. So if you were really using that to stabilize, we just lost a little bit of that. So now core has to do a tiny bit more work to make up for what we lost, which is fine. It can do it. No worries. Keep squeezing that bottom glute as tight as you can. We do not want to collapse there. Whew. There's not too much more of this workout left. So we can definitely make it through. It's a quick but dirty one, I would say. One more here. You're gonna keep that leg long. Last set of pulses here. She's feeling spicy. Yes, she is. Keep rotating open. I find it a little bit harder on this side because it is my non-dominant supporting. So I need to think like really head in the game here, squeezing that left glute from the corner as tight as I possibly can for it to not collapse. And for me, I know that left glute is fully engaged when it is a little bit of like a crampy feeling, not a real cramp. I know I say that a lot. Go ahead and release. But it's true, it's not a real cramp, it's just the muscles working. All right, ball off to the side usually. I mean, you could have muscle cramp as well. All right, you're gonna be on the left hand here. Ooh, feel that. Left leg extends long, right foot planted behind. We do just that lift. So 10 of these lifts here, pressing all the way up. Here we go. So exhale, lift, inhale, release. Does work a little bit of the shoulders as well, this workout. Well, a little bit, maybe a lot. It works an amount of the shoulders. Oh, getting ready for that hold up here. But yeah, makes a good total body, but mostly around the middle. That's primarily where you should be feeling all this. That is the name of the game. Last few here. Here's 2. Remember, we're gonna hold this last one and we're just going to do those little like shin calf taps. So right arm reaches up, stay lifted here in the glutes, lift away that left leg, we tap and lower, tap and lower. Just 10 of these here. If you are right dominant on the bottom, this side's actually probably a little bit easier because it's the right that is supporting. So I feel definitely a little bit more stable over here. Here's 4, which is a nice way to finish. 1 more, and release. Okay, give it a little roll out. We put those 2 things together. So lift plus the tap, that is what is happening here. 10 of these, let's roll. So we lift, we tap, we lower, we lower. Whew, that bottom oblique, definitely feeling it. All right, this last round, I need to concentrate. I do feel a little less stable there because everything is just getting a little bit tired, which makes it harder. So yeah, just stay engaged there, do your best, and then, you know, you have this available. You can always repeat it, come back to it, find that you're a little bit stronger as you keep practicing. We got 3 more here. 3 more. We can do it. We can do it. All right. Final one. And release. Okay. All right. You would like to think perhaps that is the end of the workout. It's not. We got a tiny bit more here, but really not too bad. Not too bad. So we're gonna come into a little animal position here. So hands are underneath the shoulders, nice starfish fingers. Knees under hips, we're gonna tuck toes under, and we're gonna hover the knees. When you hover the knees, it shouldn't be like this, okay? So the knees are barely gonna leave the floor. Hips stay where they are right now. So there's no lift of the hips, it's just a tuck in of the knees. So meet me there, knees tuck in. We're gonna just alternate stepping one, bent knee out to the side. So it's gonna look like this, you go out and in. Yeah, 10 of these. So we go out, in. Keeping shoulders over wrists, out, in. Lots of good core stabilization with this one. Stay flat across the shoulders. Keep knees low to the floor. We don't want to be lifting the butt. Here's 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna add on to that a little bit. It's a break dancer. So you're going to spin onto one side. That leg is gonna kick through. We spin back through center. So side that you're balanced on, that leg kicks through from the bottom, come back through center. It's 10 of these total. So keep going. Keeping butt low to the floor. Woo. Supported in the shoulders. And knees come low to the floor through center. Few more here. Navel tight. This is the home stretch at this point. All right, 1 more. And then come back through center, knees are hovering from there. I want you to just lift, press into a downward dog. And it's sort of a narrow downward dog, so you might be able to really sink those heels down. Go for as much as you can, it's a nice little stretch. And then we're gonna go between this and that animal. So shift forward, reset the shoulders, knees hovering, press back to downward dog, and again. So forward, lift the gaze, make sure neck is always going in line with the spine. So as you come forward, don't look underneath you. Squeeze abs really, really tight. So that is what is supporting you here. It's not just the shoulders. So if you're too heavy in those shoulders, squeeze abs a little tighter. Keep going. At least this one's like half stretch. That's better than no stretch. We'll take it. Last few here. And 1 more. And then let's just hold in that little hover, so knees just off the floor, flatten across the shoulders, pull up from the navel, hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Push the butt back to a child's pose. Just take a little wiggle, side to side. Oh, delightful, delightful stuff. All right, and then go ahead, come back up here. Let's just go back to where we started. So now you step right foot to the outside of right hands. Again, we can take a little twist here. If you want, you can just bring the hand to the top of that right leg. Look back over the right shoulder. We're gonna hold here a little bit longer. Just pressing into it, releasing that corner that we just worked. And go ahead, step back. Other side, step to the outside. Find that twist, looking back over the shoulders, sinking down into it. These ones always feel nice. I think so. And go ahead and release. Sit back on the heels here. Let's just take a little twist this time. So you're gonna take left hand to the outside right leg, right arm, or fingertips can just come behind the floor here. Make sure you're finding that twist from the navel. So it's really easy to just like woo around with the chest, but I want you to think of stopping where the navel stops. It's gonna be a smaller twist, but that's where I want you to feel it. So like navel over the right hip bone, come back through center, over to the other side, so same thing. Navel now over the left hip bone, staying nice and tall there, all the way through the crown of head. Come back in the center, shake out the wrists and shoulders, because that is us done with this one. So, like I say, quick but dirty. I feel like we experienced a lot there together just then, but feels better being on this side of it. So if you enjoyed this workout, please do give it a like down below, and be sure to hit that subscribe button to come back, like I said, twice per week. And while you're down there, go ahead and leave me a comment saying hi to the cats, or letting me know what sort of things you would like to see more of. But I will see you guys back here soon. Bye!